Today, we're gonna see like this incredible story and how the FIFA World Cup actually started. It started by one man. He had a dream. Actually, this dream actually changed everything. Everything, right? For real. 100 years later, we're watching it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee Secrets and Transformation. I'm your host, Don Ray. So he had this crazy idea that it never happened, or you couldn't ever imagine it would happen, but it did. So here it is. In 1920, there was a man who came up with this crazy idea to unite different countries to be together tournament. So back then, most people would have actually laughed. I probably would. If it was 1920s, why not, right? But one man believed this could happen. His name was Jules Rimet. Now, if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize to him and his family. But Rimet wasn't a famous soccer player. He wasn't he wasn't a coach. He wasn't even wealthy. But he was a French lawyer who believed sports could bring people together. So after witnessing a disaster in World War I, he dreamed of creating an international soccer tournament that would unite nations instead of sending them to war, which I really like this idea. So at the time, soccer existed mainly in like the Olympics, right? It was pretty popular, the Olympics. But Rimet believed that the sport deserved its own championship. Many officials thought the idea was simply impossible. Travel was expensive, like now, 2026. What am I talking about? Communications was slow, and countries often refused to cooperate. But Rimet refused to quit. He was no quitter, that's for sure. In 1928, Rimet presented his bold proposal at a FIFA Congress in Amsterdam. His idea, a tournament featured the best nation team in the world for a singles championship. So after intense debate, FIFA approved the plan and
Uruguay
was selected to host because it had its own Olympic gold medal and offered to pay a travel expense for the participating team. 2 years later, in 1930, its very first FIFA World Cup kicked in
Uruguay.
There you go. And only 13 teams participated. So many European countries, right, declined because the trip was like a little bit too far out. And, it was they had to go to
Uruguay.
And they had to like cross over. And it was like, it was just, they would have got sick and it was like 2 months to travel. So the Europeans, they declined because the trip across the Atlantic Ocean took weeks by ship, right? So despite the challenges, history was made. On July 30, 1930,
Uruguay
defeated Argentina 4-2 and became the first World Cup championship. So Rimet personally handed over the trophy, right? His dream had become a reality. The original World Cup trophy looked very different from today's version. Designed by a French sculptor named Abel Lafleur. Isn't that like kind of a romantic name? I like it. It featured Nike, right? The Greek goddess of victory, holding a cup above her head. The trophy was made of gold-plated silver. It sat on a lazuli base. Is that French or what? So originally, the trophy had a simple name. It said victory. But nobody knew at the time that this trophy would become one of the most famous objects in sports history. Why was it renamed to Jules Rimet Trophy? Great question. I got an answer for you. So as the years passed, the World Cup grew into this kind of bigger event in soccer. Everyone recognized that none of it would have happened without Julius. It wouldn't happen without him. So he served as a FIFA president from 1921 to 1954 and spent decades expanding the game around the world. To honor his vision and leadership, FIFA renamed the trophy in 1946. From then, it became known as the Jules Rimet Trophy, and it was one of the highest honors ever given to a sports administrator. So Jules Rimet made a fascinating rule. Check this out. I know you're gonna like. Any nation that won the World Cup 3 times would get to keep the trophy forever. At first, it seemed impossible, right? It's like, how? It's only a matter of time. Winning even one World Cup was difficult. Winning 3 times, that sounded like really impossible. But one nation would eventually accomplish this. It was Brazil. By the legendary player we know as Pelé, right? Remember Pelé? I'm gonna make a documentary about that gentleman. So because of Pelé, they won the World Cup 1958, 62, and 1970. Their third championship was in 1970, triggered the special rule, so Brazil became the first and only nation ever allowed to keep the original Jules Rimet Trophy permanently. So they kept it. It was stolen too. So the trophy story became almost dramatic as a tournament itself. So during World War II, a Italian football official secretly hid it under the bed to prevent it from being seized by the Nazis. So in 1966, just before the World Cup in England, the trophy was stolen. Told you it was stolen. The entire nation kind of panicked. Police searched everywhere. The trophy was eventually discovered by a dog named Pickles. He was found in a wrapped newspaper beneath a ledge in South London. The dog instantly became a nation hero. It sounds like a kind of a movie plot, right? Like a pet movie plot, but it wasn't. It's a true story. But it actually happened, believe it or not. After Brazil received the trophy permanently in 1970, it was displayed at the headquarters of the Brazilian Football Confederation. Then disaster struck 1983. Thieves broke in and stole the trophy. Unlike the 1966 theft, it was never recovered. Many experts believe it was melted down for its gold to this day, and the original Jules Rimet Trophy remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in sports history. The new FIFA World Cup trophy, because Brazil had permanently kept the trophy, FIFA needed a replacement, so a worldwide design competition was held. The winning design came from an Italian sculptor. What's up with these Italian people, right? Ironically, an Italian guy wins again. From an Italian sculptor, Silvio Gazzaniga. Introduced in 1974, the new trophy shown to 2 human figures lifting the earth into the sky. Unlike the old trophy, no country could ever keep it permanently. The champions received it during the ceremony, but later returned it to FIFA and received an official replica instead. So Julius, the poor guy, died in 1956 at the age of 83, but his dream never died. What started as a bold idea from a French lawyer became the largest sport event on Earth. Every 4 years, billions of fans watch nations complete the soccer ultimate prize, and every time the trophy is lifted, it serves as a reminder of one man's belief that sports could bring the world together. Without this gentleman named Jules Rimet, there may have never been a World Cup. And without the World Cup, the world would have missed one of the greatest spectaculars in human histories. Hey, thanks for watching. Till next time, I'm your host, Don Ray.